What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is September the 26th. Happy Friday, everyone. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is focusing on today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off with data points, we do have PCE coming out in roughly 2 minutes. So I'll talk about that in this video. Aside from that, we do have Michigan consumer sentiment coming out at 9 o'clock and a couple of Fed speakers throughout the day. Market's also going to be digesting this right here. So the latest in tariffs, such as 25% on all heavy big trucks and various things. So the pharma one, so that's 100% tariff on that. So that should make for a very interesting thing. And a lot of people as well have been kind of talking about that big meeting that is on and going to be held on September the 30th of all the big generals and so forth. And so people are speculating on what that might potentially mean. And then finally, last but not least, and yes, there's a hell of a lot to talk about, Trump did just mention after hours yesterday that there could be a government shutdown. So I think during power hour today, you were going to see some profit taking, right? Because going into a weekend, there's a lot of things that could potentially happen and escalate. So I think people might just mitigate risk. So don't be surprised during power hour if we do randomly just go down. But we do have roughly about 1 minute left for this. Or it's just going to be coming out. But getting right to it, SOFI is up slightly. No news or anything coming out or planned from them. 9.43% of the free floats being shorted. Works out to be 110 million shares overall are being shorted. Just take note of this. This is the open interest. So you have 16,000 at that 30, 8,000 at the 29.50, 7,000 at the 29.4, and then 5. So if, let's say, NIO does gain some momentum, gets to, let's say, that 29 or 29.50, then you could see shorts wake up a little bit. Right now though, with a 28.24, it is trading between this R3 and this R2. So 27.96 is going to be that next strong kind of support level. And when it did go past that yesterday, I didn't really phase it all that much. So I don't anticipate this to be extremely strong support. And then 30.25 will be the next strong target / resistance. Looks like SOFI is moving higher slightly. So we'll just quickly go over here. So it looks like it did come in a little bit lower on the core. So month over month came in 0.2 versus 0.3. And the year over year 2.9 versus 3. So that's generally good stuff. As far as the regular year over year came in a little bit lower, month over month is flat. So at the end of the day, very good stuff. So the market might be taking this as a pretty good positive and starting to move higher. Moving on to NIO, it is down slightly. Nothing really of substance coming out from them. So it's just largely technicals and speculation. That's what's really driving it. 11.2% of the free floats being shorted. So anticipate shorts to be, as per usual, very active with it right now at 735, trading between this R1 and the pivot. 713 is going to be a strong support. 758 followed by 786 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. So ideally you'll want to watch for NIO to close above that 758, and then yeah, you could easily see most likely the $8 range early next week if so. So again, just kind of watch for that. Moving on, ticker WAI. So this one is up 54.1% this morning, and just take note of the market cap. So market cap is 5.23 million. The news that did come out was they did a sale of whatever their robots are. So D2CAI robots, 480 per unit, totaling 4.8 million. So in general, if you think about it, this stock should be going up a lot higher than that based on just the market cap. So pretty good stuff for that. It's not heavily shorted. So 1.06% of the free floats being shorted. So don't anticipate shorts to be that active right now with that 488 trading between this pivot and this S1. So 281 is going to be the strong support. I don't see that being touched no matter what. 562 is going to be the next strong target / resistance, which given the data that just came out, I wouldn't be surprised if that does get hit. So again, for those of you that like day trading or whatever else, see that as a good target. Moving on, GRAB. So no actual news or any SEC filings from them, rather a little bit more of a neutral analyst rating. And for a stock that's building up some pretty good momentum, that's kind of the last thing that the market wants to see, is a neutral rating. So it's getting a lot of volume because of that. Not really moving the stock price all that much though, but 7.08% of the free float's being shorted. Works out to be 188 million shares. Shorts have started to really increase, not a squeeze play or anything, but they have been starting to get in over pretty much the greater part of the last year. So anticipate shorts to kind of continue that most likely. With it at 621, it is trading right above this pivot point. So 616 is going to be a strong support. Then 650 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. Moving on, last but not least, ticker's BIAF. It is up 68% because of this. So I've already explained, biotechs aren't my forte, so feel free to kind of pause this, go through it, and whatever else. This is kind of the highlights from what it shows right here. Again, all this is well over my head. So nonetheless though, I think the moral of the story is it's getting some good momentum. 13.67% of the free float's being shorted. Works out to be 111,000 shares overall being shorted. So this is kind of what the market likes to focus on and squeeze. Right now with it at 573, it is trading between these 2 points. So this S2 and this S3. So 530 is going to be a strong support. 629 followed by 690 is going to be the next strong target / resistance points. So let me know your general thoughts on that. It does look like the futures are starting to move on higher. So Dow is up 0.44, S&P 0.37, NASDAQ 0.32. So market's really liking that PCE data. And like I said, for the rest of the day, we do have the Michigan consumer sentiment and a couple of Fed speakers. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you're looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile to pop over there and take a look. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.